amazing how in this world something so small and seemingly insignificant can become something of importance that shakes the world, causing resounding effects that can damage relationships between important countries. That is the case with Rockall, a small islet 270 miles off Ireland's coast, 430 miles south of Iceland, and 230 miles away from Scotland. It peaks above the water, as it has for the last 52 million years, water washing over its sides. Rockall is an unassuming piece of rock. It is a little unusual for there to be an island way out here, but it isn't much to see. The surrounding area has had a study by Marine Scotland and has found that there might be other formations that had peaked above the water. But Rockall is the only peak still standing, still enduring through the harsh thrashing of the North Atlantic Sea. Well, except for Hasselwood Rock, a little rock that only gets about 3 feet over sea line. But this random island that has barely any explanation for its existence is a major issue in the relationships between the UK, Ireland, and others, something that has led to confrontations and major disagreements. This rock, while seemingly boring, stupid, and a ridiculous idea for a video, is actually contrary to the truth. Anyways, this video took a lot of work, so if you like, sub, and you know what, I've done this before, but it would be awesome if you could leave a comment too. Also, my voice is a little bit hoarse because my chest has kind of been constricted. We don't know what it is. I think my mom just painted some window seals or something, so it might be that. So I'm sorry about being a little bit hoarse. Anyways, on with the video. Rockall is a very interesting geographical island. It is made of percaline granite, which are indicative of continental roof base related volcanicity, which basically means that it is near a volcanic system, which, as a Wikipedia article put it. In 1975, basalt, a new mineral, was found on Rockall. It has a clear and glassy look. Rockall is the summit of an extinct volcano, which puts it as a part of the North American Igneous Province, which is basically part of the volcanic area that has ties to the Icelandic geographical and tectonic area. At the summit, Hall's Ledge, a flatter area 4 meters from the top that is used for a stable place to stay. Rockall is not host to much wildlife, as the island's only consistent inhabitants are periwinkles and other mollusks. Seabirds and seagulls are regular visitors to the rock, but they don't use it for breeding because of the waves that wash over the top. All around the islet and the surrounding sea, called the Rockall Bank, lots of coral and such have been found. 4 new species were found on and around Rockall in 2013 by Marine Scotland: a sea snail, a clam, another clam, and a marine worm. Rockall, as was previously stated, is in the middle of nowhere, but you have to have thought that since it is close to the UK and Iceland, people would have found it earlier, but I suppose that was not the case. In the 7th century, St. Brandon supposedly found the islet. Then, many years later, on either July 8th, 1810 or September 8th, 1811, HMS N.D. Mayon was the first time that anybody ever landed on the island. That was recorded, of course. While taking measurements about it, their ship drifted away in a haze that had settled over the area. The landing party realized that and tried to return to it, and after not finding it, went back to the island. After 5 to 6 hours, the fog finally receded, and the ship was able to come back to get the landing party. The exact position of Rockall and the size and shape of the Rockall Bank was first put on paper in 1831 by Captain A.T.E. Vital, a Royal Navy surveyor. It was known of, but not enough to stop the crashes that it caused. In 1824, the Helen of Dundee collided with it, and after 12 hours of struggling, killed 13 people. In 1904, 635 people died in the sinking of the SS Norwich. Later, in 1955, The Queen annexed the islet as a claim of the UK. They placed a plaque on Hull's ledge along with the British flag, a triumphant day. And Jack fluttered, their ships tooted, and the chilly breeze struck upon their warm coats. The final claim that Britain will make up until even today. No, they haven't made a claim up until today. The latest one was Rockall. This because of fear of the Soviet Union spying on their first nuclear test, as it would have been a perfect position to spy on those experiments, which would have been only about 250 miles away or so. Originally, Britain wanted the island to defend against the Soviets, but after what the UN decided in 1982, that focus shifted. And after much deliberation, stated in 1982 that if a country owned land that was bordering the ocean was habitable, that country had the economic rights. A 230-mile radius around that piece of land was incredibly fruitful in fish and other resources around it, so if the UK had possession of Rockall, it would control a lot of the fishing and oil grounds around it, which would help the economy and it would help stimulate the fishing and oil industries. The oil industries would benefit from this, especially because of the slump that it has been in and is spiraling into. In the UN statement, they say it has to be habitable, and as Rockall is not habitable, as it has no fresh water and could not sustain people unless they had supplies and such from the mainland, thus making it an uninhabitable place. As it is still in their EEZ, or exclusive economic zone, as it is 230 miles off the coast of Scotland, it is the UK's right to do whatever they want with it. But they aren't able to get the resources from the other side of the island that is not in their exclusive economic zone. Other countries have really wanted it for some reason, as they are not going to get much out of it. I don't know why they're so very spirited about their debates in this. Ireland, Iceland, Denmark have all tried to claim it. There are many confusing ways of thinking and logic that these countries have employed to get the island. Ireland thinks it has sovereignty over it because of its proximity to the island. Iceland just wants the sea around it. Denmark wants the shelf. There are so many claims to the random island, yet nobody definitively owns it. It is not a question of ethics or reasoning, it's a question of who can speak the loudest at this point. A major thing that just happened was that, a little crazy, was that a boat from Marine Scotland, the same people who have done many surveys around Rockall, and has helped me with this video in a couple of ways, from some articles to video. On a swell day of January 6, 2021, ordered an Irish fishing boat to stay 12 miles away from Rockall. It's crazy that it has gotten to this level, as a fishing boat had to be ordered away from a little rock. In conclusion, while Rockall is something seemingly insignificant, it has major ramifications around the world. There's also a Twitter page for Rockall if you want to go check it out. It's quite funny. I also learned in my research that people are paying $2,000 to go out on ships out to Rockall, which I thought was really interesting. But anyways, that's the end of the video. Sub, like, comment if you want. Thanks, Top Ranky. Thank you again, and see you.